Hi, I'm Owen Brady in the 5th grade, and I'm going to be reading chapter 30 through 36. Nope, that's 32, sorry. Chapter 30, The Peace Treaty. Alan and Joe sat on the sofa, Tom and Billy 2 straight-up chairs opposite of them. Now, said Alan's father, what is this all about? The 4 boys all began talking at once, accusing, recounting, explaining. All right, said Alan's father after a while. That's enough. Now we know it's got something to do with this bet Alan and Billy made. But Mr. O'Hare and I aren't going to get involved in that. You have to settle that among yourselves. You 4 boys have been friends too long to start fighting now, said Mr. O'Hare. You really hurt each other. Look at yourselves. Your faces are all bruised and muddy. Talk it over, work things out, and then you can shake and be friends again. Joe muttered under his teeth, I couldn't be friends with those rats. We'll be out in the kitchen, said Alan's father. When you've settled it, call us and we'll go down to Friendly's for some ice cream, okay? Billy, Alan, and Tom nodded. The 2 fathers left the room. The boys gazed silently at each other. After a while, Alan said, It wasn't us that scratched Tom. Billy did it. Another silence. Did you have stitches? Billy asked Alan. Nah, did you? Billy shook his head. More silence. You tried to cheat, said Billy. That wasn't cheating. We were just trying to trick you. Yeah, before that, when you glued the 2 worms together, that was cheating. You would have cheated too. If you'd been losing. Billy thought about it. Okay, but look, no more cheating. I've already eaten 13 worms. You know I can't eat 2 more. Heck, I'll buy George Chunningham's brother's mini bike. We can all use it. We can have fun with it, Joe. We can have fun with it. Joe and Alan glanced at each other. Okay, said Joe. You win. He wins, Alan. Yeah, but what's the use, said Joe. We've tried everything. I'm sick of it. Geez, we've done nothing else for almost 2 weeks. Alan scratched his eyebrow, glancing at Joe. Yeah, but Joe stood up. Come on, at least we got a milkshake out of it. Chapter 31, The Letter. Billy lifted the worm out of the frying pan with the cooking tongs and curled it back and forth on his peanut butter sandwich. I bet they'd try something, he said. Joe won't give up, but Alan might. But Joe won't. Tom was carving his initials in the leg of the kitchen table. Yeah, but it's not Joe. Bet who does he care? Just the same, I bet he'd try something. Billy sat down at the table, turning his sandwich this way and that, looking for the best spot to take the first bite. Emily came from the dining room. You and Mom got a letter. Chewing, Billy opened it. Charles M. McGrath, M.D., 34 Benchwood Drive, Grattan, New York, 12601, midnight. Mrs. John Forrester, 7 Manchester Road, East Grattan, New York, 16203. Dear Mrs. Forrester, I have just made distressing discovery. A medical journal. Before I got up to bed, I noticed that an article entitled Poisons in the Home Garden, a subject which necessarily fascinates me. As I glanced through the article, a phase C caught my eye. Lumbercius tostris, the common earthworm. I read on. Mrs. Forrester, let me assure you, first of all, that there is no cause for undue alarm. However, you will, I'm assured, be concerned to learn that especially in the months of July and August, parents must be aware of the common earthworm, some varieties of which have been known to secrete a substance, Lumberus phosphis, which, though not malignant to the skin, is sometimes harmful if swallowed. Dr. A.C. Roosevelt of Hyde Park, New York, reports that 10% of the boys studied report ed in ill effects except for induced paralysis of the lower femoral region. 40% reported abdominal cramping, triple vision, lasting from 2 to 3 years, and impairing school performance. and extreme indecicide. Astophacy reports have not been received on the remaining 50%, and so no final conclusions can be drawn. But extreme caution is urged since the blackened and pimply faces of the subjects lead to suspect the worst. Mrs. Forrester, as your friend and family physician, I would strongly recommend that your son William eat no more worms until I return on Thursday from New York City, and can give him a thorough examination. Yours sincerely, C.M. McGrath, M.D. Chapter 32. Croak. His hands trembling, Billy laid the peanut butter and fried worm sandwich on the table. Do you think? Wow, whispered Tom on the screen. The screen door banged. Billy's father came into the kitchen. His tie loosened, his jacket over his arm. He laid his briefcase on the table. It's hot, he said cheerfully. Billy staggered to the sink and feebly drew himself a glass of water. Tom and Emily watched him, awestruck. What's the matter? Asked Billy's father. Water dribbled down from Billy's chin onto his t-shirt as he drank. His mind swarmed. Poison? Paralysis? Extreme lesicide? Tom, Billy said Billy's father. What's going on? Tom pointed out the letter lying on the table. Billy's father read it, smiled, glanced at Billy, and getting a beer out of the refrigerator and sat down on the table. Well, he said to Billy, so it fooled you, eh? Fooled me, croaked Billy.